and Sherry Kaplan is the revitalizer.
Oh, introduce your event, Mark.
No, that's okay. Welcome to the Newlife Expo. And again, this is our first virtual expo in quite a while, in over a month. And the reason that we did it now is because last weekend was supposed to be our next live expo in New York City. And that didn't happen because of the confusion of the mandates, et cetera. And as you know, in the last Newlife Expo in October that was live, the hotel wouldn't let anybody up into the event space. Everybody was stuck in the lobby. So we didn't want that to happen again. So we will be doing an expo in Long Island, and that expo in Long Island will be in Halpern at the Hyatt Regency. And that will be on June 4th and 5th. And we were just in Florida in Boca. Now we're going to be in Florida and Fort Lauderdale, back to our old stomping ground of the Broward Convention Center. And that'll be April 30th to May 1st. So April 30th to May 1st, live in Long Island, June 4th and 5th, live in Fort Lauderdale. And right now, even though it's Zoom, this is live Zoom. Like for instance, in other programs, a lot of times people will be on by video. But what's that?
You got it backwards. The one in June is in Long Island.
Oh, is that true? June 4th and 5th is in Long Island, and April 30th, May 1st is in the Broward Convention Center. So June 4th and 5th is in Long Island, Hyatt Regency. And again, a lot of other programs have Zoom with videos. This is live. So some of our speakers will be coming in from California, some from New Zealand. If you notice, I'm in green for all our St. Patrick. This is our St. Patrick week. And so our first guest is Sherry Kaplan. Sherry Kaplan is known as the Revitalizer. And so the first thing I want to do is ask Sherry, how did you get the name Revitalizer?
How did I get the name Revitalizer? Well, I was a caregiver at the time, and I was doing private cooking. And when I decided that I was going to own my abilities as a healer, I started doing my sessions, and the feedback that I got is I felt so alive and so revitalized. So my client pretty much came up with the name Revitalizer. He goes, "That's exactly what you're doing, so just own it." So I went with it, and that's kind of what happens.
Well, I've been hearing from other people also that you're quite a healer. You have so many hats in your bag, and just pull these hats out of your bag. And I guess it's according to the person you're working on. So what tools are you using?
Well, when people ask me, what machine do I use for Tesla healing, I said, I am the Tesla healer. I don't use any machines. I channel in the energy as the rod, the Tesla energy, bringing in the alternative current, and I send the current out to my clients. So I am the tool when it comes to Tesla healing. I also use my access consciousness bars, where I use my hands on your head in 33 different positions and 33 different points in 13 positions. I do Reiki. I also use my sound healing instruments. I have over 30 instruments that I use in my healing sessions, and it's mostly vibrational therapy. And I take people to another dimension where they forget they even have a physical body sometimes. And I have a new machine that I am using called it's a terahertz quantum therapy machine that I can't really talk about right now until it gets approved in the United States. And
what does it do exactly?
The terahertz frequency, the blower, it kind of works with the meridians. It works with heat. It's like acupuncture, like moxibustion, where you blow it up and down your meridians or on specific body parts that need some release of inflammation, circulation, stuck energy. It also claims to have help people with skin disorders as well as pain in their body and sleep. It helped me sleep.
Yeah, that'd kind of be good. I need to have a good straight sleep instead of keep waking up. Why don't you tell people, what are those access bars exactly?
Access bars is also in the Chinese meridian system, where it's like doing Chinese acupressure on different points in your head, you know, and holding on to it from anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes per position. So they found that because you have these different meridian points in your head, it releases blockages as well. So it's like cleaning out the hard drive or emptying out the recycle bin. And people kind of like forget where they're at, that even on my table when I get to their head. It says, once I put my hands on their head, they just go woof, they disappear.
If everybody looks closer, look at her eyes. She's got the eyes of a healer. Just looking in those eyes is a healer.
Alien
Very
eyes.
special. Yeah. So tell me, what is, I know in the room that you work on, when people come to visit you in person, and where do they come?
I am located in Dahne Beach. I am located in a really cute place called Canterbury Square. It looks like a Harry Potter studio, someplace out of France. It has adorable little courtyard, and it has high ceilings, which makes for great acoustics when I'm playing my instruments because it's 18-foot high ceilings. It's also a little retail shop. I have everything from shungite to essential oils to crystals to sage and jewelry.
Go back to the people that don't know what shungite is. What is shungite?
Shungite comes from a meteorite that landed in Russia, and they found that it had some healing properties. Animals would drink the water, people would lay in the water and they would get healed. They even found that Peter the Great would give his soldiers pieces of shungite to put into their water, and they didn't get dysentery. So they decided to mine these rocks and make jewelry and make pyramids and make bracelets. And, you know, you can put like a little piece of shungite next to your computer or in your room to help with the EMF frequencies. It helps detoxification and purification, and it balances out the frequencies. I also use these in healing sessions with my clients. I'll put them on their third eye. I'll put them on their throat. I even put one on their heart. And then I even have a big one that's probably about this big. I put that on their belly, and it's kind of heavy, but it really removes all the impurities, all the toxins out of the gut. And it opens up the lower chakras too. And sometimes when someone's holding back emotions, the pyramid is actually wet underneath. So sometimes the pyramid cries for the person if the person can't cry. It's kind of crazy. It's happened a handful of times where when I picked up the pyramid, it's actually wet on the bottom, and that's really rare to happen.
No, and what's interesting is, and you have shungite for sale, don't you?
I do have some of it. I do work with Raphael Weissman. If you need some, I can hook you up. He also does wholesale, but I do have some shungite. I'm kind of empty right now. I need to reload up. I'm curious what's going to happen with the shungite coming from Russia at this point. I think either the price is going to go up.
I'm on my Zoom. I'm going to send you the link. Okay, great. Also, you know, on the Newlife website, I'm going to send my daughter now a link to so she can come on. But we have in our Newlife shop, if you go to newlifeexpo.com, in our shop, we are selling shungite. And you should really run to get your shungite now, because it's getting less and less available because of what's going on with Russia.
Right. I'm like, you know, yeah.
And also tell them when they go into your room, you have this big pyramid in your room. Tell them what that's about.
I love pyramid energy. I really believe in pyramids. So that's why I like using the pyramids all over someone's body. I have a copper pyramid that I put on people, usually kind of on request. Hey, Mark, mute yourself if you're talking.
Say it again?
We can hear your conversation.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, that's okay. We're casual. Yeah.
So the
yeah.
pyramid, and it's a big pyramid.
Yeah. My friend Larry made the pyramid, actually. He gifted it to me, and you know, people really believe in pyramids. They actually hang it from the ceilings, and you can sit under the pyramid and receive the energy from the pyramid energy. I also use crystals all over the body. I put bowls all around the body, so everybody gets pretty tuned up.
Yeah. And you use different types of supplements or herbs?
Myself?
No, for your clients.
My clients, no. I mean, I sell things there, like I have like, Chinese, like Chinese medicine that I sell, or I have a vitality drink that I sell. I have some clarity pills that I
No,
sell.
but I mean, right. But I mean, while they're in session, so you recommend different herbs, etc.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, mine is about energy and releasing and balancing and relaxing and letting go of trauma and all the stuff that no longer serves them. I don't practice herbalism or nutrition. I am a holistic coach, and I could suggest, immune system boosters and things to help balance themselves out. And I'm also a really great intuitive, and I download a lot of information in my sessions to help people on their path, even as business entrepreneurs, that people who are holding back themselves and their abilities to become a healer or to become a light worker or let go of their job that no longer serves them, so they could step into their power and their purpose and their passion.
Uh-huh. And also, I know that every week you have a clubhouse. Now, for those that don't know what Clubhouse is, tell them what it is. And for those that want to hear you on Clubhouse, because I know you have really good things telling people how they can make money with Airbnb and things like that.
Correct. Yeah, Clubhouse is a social audio app. I got turned on to it last May. And you're basically listening to people talk. It's like listening to a podcast or a radio station. And you have an opportunity to come up to the stage and be part of the conversation. You can raise your hand and have a comment, a question, or a statement, or even have a dialogue or a rebuttal to somebody who's on the stage. Sometimes it could get controversial in some rooms, but other rooms, it could be music. It could be about UFOs. It could be about health. It could be about raising kids. It could be about your 30-second elevator speech. It could be about how to monetize Instagram. It could be about addiction. It could be about what's going on in Ukraine right now. So you can pop in anytime and listen to a conversation, and it's kind of cool because you're really on the up and up on what's going on real time, and the fact that you could be part of the experience as well. So you have a voice, you actually get heard, and people listen to you. So it takes you a little while to get on stage to feel comfortable, but I have a room. I started a Clubhouse room, and we just hit 3,000 members this week. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, 3,000 members we got.
I know she's always inviting me on, and I never really come on, but 3,000 members. So anybody that wants to learn any new information, or if anybody wants to share who they are, what they're doing. Also in Sherry's coaching, I know that she helps a lot of people that are, psychics, etc., that are just starting out and they really don't know what their next step is. And the next step is the important step, because you can be really good at what you do. But unless you have an opportunity to share that, be it an expo or a clubhouse or a Zoom. And also another way that Sherry does get it out there is, I know that Newlife, developed the first virtual expo ever. And Sherry has a virtual fair, which is almost as old. I mean, over a year, almost 2 years now. And basically, it's a psychic fair where, here we have, like tomorrow we'll have a psychic room. We'll have different people doing psychic readings. Today, Sherry will be available for chakra readings, which should take advantage of her. And we'll let you know before she gets off how to do that. But in the virtual fair, which she has, like we have on Sunday, a psychic room and different psychics. Like we'll have about 7 tomorrow, but she has sometimes 20 different psychics that we'll give free readings and then paid readings. And it's a great place if you're psychic to join that. If you want to have readings like everybody does on the planet, because everybody knows that they don't know what they don't know, and they want to know what they don't know. So you'll learn to know what you don't know. And so Sherry, why don't you tell them when your next fair is and how they can get in touch?
I'm going on my 23rd event, and I think this is maybe my 5th or maybe my 6th with you, because me and you've been doing it since last November. So I'll have quite a few under my belt. I can actually teach you guys how to create a virtual fair. So yeah, I have my main room like Mark does, but then I take advantage of the breakout rooms. That's why I have my psychic healing room where everyone can experience like a taste, like a buffet, and they can get 5 minutes free with all the practitioners, their healers, light workers, shamans, intuitives, numerologists, Ayurveda, palm readers, astrologists, mediums, animal communicators, everything that you can think of. People from all over the world join us.
And everything that you can't think of.
Past life surrogacy, the singing psychic, light language, activations, meditations. We also do the playroom because I really like experiences. People like interactivity. They just don't want to listen all day long. So if they don't like or not interested in the speaker on the stage, then they can pop into the back room, into the breakout room, have an experience every 30 minutes or visit the psychics and the healers and try before you buy, 5 minutes free, and then they all have reduced show prices. So mine is the last Saturday of the month. It'll be next week. It's free to get in. We ask for love donations to support us. So I make it affordable and accessible holistic healthcare for all, because I know what it's like when I was fighting my own immune system disorder and I spent all my money trying to stay alive. So that's why I like to offer healing modalities and clarity for people all over the world. And I also built a website called healers.network, which is going to be launching soon. I need some help with that. But that's how I can give everybody access to my healers and readers 24/7. And
Great.
Yeah.
I love it. So, yeah, still, Sherry's gonna have plenty of time. Maybe Sherry give a little free reading soon. And so what you'll be seeing today here is our next speaker is Alan Steinfeld, and we have a lot of speakers today. So you'll be able to see all the speakers throughout the day. And then after the speakers speak, they'll be going into their own private room and you can actually chat with them and see them by yourself. So the whole day is a big, awesome day. Tomorrow, we'll also have that, but we also have a lot of panels, which we have one tonight, the Ascension Panel. And we also have different workshops tomorrow. We have a workshop later today with Sean David Morton. Of course, the workshops are extra, but all the lectures are free, the panels are free. And tomorrow also we have a psychic room too, where we have in the psychic room, you'll be able to have free readings with the psychics. And then if you really like them, you can go into a private room with them and have paid readings. And Sherry, you want to give, can you do a group little session people get, or tell me what you would like to do with that?
Oh, well, you can't really do.
No, we'll have them go into a private room with you. Yeah.
If anybody wants their chakras checked, I'll check anybody's chakras today privately. I'm just gonna, co-pilot Mark anytime he needs help. But I'm here if you have any questions or if you want to do a reading, I'm available. Just private message me. I also wanted to let everybody know about my Airbnb experience masterclass. I teach that once a month. People want to know, if you want a new side hustle, doing what you love to do, I can teach you. It's free to participate. Everything Sherry does is free. Sherry doesn't know how to charge. So yeah, I teach you guys how you could make some extra money. Airbnb not only rents rooms, but they have experiences that people could hire you for. They come to me for an experience. My sessions are an experience. So it's a sound healing, chakra balancing, revitalizing meditation. And they spend a couple of hours with me, and it's life-changing for some of these people because they've never done something like what I've offered before. They've heard about it, they heard about Reiki, they heard about sound healing, but some people are from these small towns and I blow them away. And it's like the highlight of their trip. And you can see by the reviews, they love, love, love what I do. And so I teach that on the second Tuesdays every month. So everything you can find is at sherrykaplan.com. And I'm happy to teach you whether you want to earn some extra money and step into your ability, whether you're a photographer, whether you're a cook, whether you have a garden, whether you're a healer, whether you're an intuitive, whether you're an astrologist, even if you have a convertible and you want to take people around town and show them the best places to take pictures. That's a business in itself. I can help you monetize. I'm really good at monetizing.
Yeah, it's
There's always,
amazing. Most people don't know that. Most people think just Airbnb is to rent rooms, but you
no.
can, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. But what you can do is, like Sherry said, is she can teach you how, if you're a healer, you can do sessions. People can come to you for sessions. They can come to you for just about anything
Even
on
yoga on the
Airbnb.
beach, they do meditation yoga on the beach. You can do just privates or you could do virtual, guys. So either in person or virtual. So there's no barriers anymore because when COVID hit, they stopped doing live and it was only virtual anyways. So you have people from all over the world participating. You can watch someone make pasta in Italy. You could attend a concert from Japan. You can watch a magic show from England. You can join like a storytelling. It's really interesting. Like sky's the limit.
I love it. So Sherry, besides being revitalizer, is a great networker. Yeah. Again, I mean, the clubhouse, the fair, the private sessions. If you're in Florida, Dania Beach is pretty well located where her office is. She's very, very accessible. And what is your email? What email do you like to use the best?
You can easily remember Sherry at sherrykaplan.com, my name and my website. Healers Network Virtual Fair is the website for our event. If you just go to sherrykaplan.com, you can find anything. I started doing private events again, house parties. We bring a sound healing to you. We also offer Reiki and cards on site. So it's an experience. I teach the attendees how to use the sound healing instruments. They learn about crystals and they all receive readings and they all got their chakras checked. So it becomes a really great few-hour experience. And I've been asked to offer that on a corporate level. I have an event planner who wants to start bringing the revitalizing experience to the corporate level for wellness. So that's going to be fun. And I'm looking for people to partner with, people that want to go into the corporate field and offer our holistic wellness components. But we don't want it to be woo-woo. We want it to be more of self-care, stress relief and reduction and energy. So we can teach people how to live a stronger, happier, healthier.
No psychos, only psychics and healers. So this is like the New Age Tupperware party, folks, where you can actually have psychics come to your house, healers come to your house, and have a little happening. Invite your friends over. I think it's very cool.
The New Age Tupperware party, yeah. We come to you. We bring the party to you, and it's a blast. We also started doing fundraisers for Ukraine at my office. We're having our next one on Tuesday. And we're doing the same kind of experience. And we also have a crystal bed coming to my office that's going to be setting up.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, at the Expo, we have different, at the Live Expo, we have different crystal beds, and we have the Healthy Line beds. And yeah, I know we have crystal beds. We have crystals in our comforters and crystals on our mats and magnets, and it's really important to balance your energy, folks. And people are starting to really realize that all we are is vibration. So all we are, and our physical body is made out of atoms. It's protons, electrons. It's positive, it's negative, and so we have to balance every cell in our body before we can balance our whole body. And I know Alan's going to come on soon. I don't see Alan yet, but stay tuned for Alan Steinfeld. And he wrote a great book on UFOs, and he's really has interviewed a lot of people on disclosures, and he'll be talking about other ways of knowing UFOs, quantum physics, and consciousness. And people have been asking about this terahertz. So now, when do you think the terahertz will be available?
When the FDA approves it.
Mm-hmm. And when the FDA approves it, right? But I mean, the FDA has honestly, most of the things we did at Serenity, at my healing center, or at the Expo, really hadn't been approved until it's approved. And because the FDA is very far behind in most things. And, and in other things, I don't want to say fucking DA, but I mean, in most things, the FDA, what they do is, if they can figure out a way to make money on something, they approve it much faster. And so, I don't understand. So the so it's a tool. Is that what it is? I'm not sure.
It looks like a blow dryer, and it has 3 different speeds of heat. It has high heat, hot, high heat, medium temp, and low heat. And you use it about 15-20 minutes a day, up and down your spine and on your meridians, and you can do it up to 2 hours. But I really can't be marketing and promoting it now, because
you can't be marketing. No, I would never have you market or promote it. But I mean, in your private practice, somebody can go in the hairdryer if they want.
Yeah, I have it available. Everybody receives a little dose when they come in, because it's really relaxing, and it really feels nice and comforting and warm. But we did sell a lot of them in the past month, blew it out of the water, actually sold out very quickly. So it's really doing great in other countries, and it's doing great here, but.
Yeah, right. And of course, everything we do is educational. So,
or entertainment only, entertainment purposes. So why don't you give us an outline of who's going to speak today? So anyone listening, if we're on Facebook right now, tell them who's coming up next, kind of thing, and what to expect today.
Okay, so today what we have, and so I guess Vicky is making this live on Facebook right now. Is that true, Vicky?
Yes.
Great. So right now today we have, so after Sherry, we have Alan Steinfeld, and Alan again is going to be talking about UFOs, etc. And let me see. I have my schedule right in front of me, and let me see. Oh yeah. And then after Alan will be Beth Lynch. She'll be talking about life, death, and in between. Then we have Dr. Robert Young, A Cry for Humanity. And Robert is amazing. For most people know Robert. If you don't know Robert, he'll be talking about things like, how to balance your immune system. What do you do if you had vaccines? What do you do if you didn't have vaccines? And just how to help yourself. So Robert will be on 11:30. Beth is on at 11, and Alan's on at 10:30. Then after Robert is Donna Mcgrath, Miracles of Total Bodily Healing. She can also do long distance healing. Donna is awesome. Then Phil Wilson with his healing power, spiritual benefits of the infrared saunas. If you don't have an infrared sauna, again, you can get it on our website at a great discount. But you should have an infrared sauna. You have to do anything to balance your body, get rid of the all the frequencies in the body that, the EMFs that are doing harm to us. Then we have Lori Spagna, and Lori's gonna be teaching about Ascension and the new paradigm. And she'll be on at 1 o'clock. 1:30, Sean David Morton, and he'll be doing part 1 of the Doomsday Clock and the Philadelphia Experiment. If you've never heard or seen Sean David Morton, definitely tune in at 1:30. At 2 o'clock is Joe Blanton. There's Joe. Hey, Joe. Is he on top? And Joe, they call him Joe the Red Laser Guy. He's going to be talking about frequency self-care tools for self-healing at light speed. At light speed, that's Joe will be on at 2 o'clock. 2:30 is Dr. Nick Delgado, talking about disease hacking. 3 o'clock is Gail Thackray, Program Yourself for Success. 3:30 is the awesome Stephen Halpern, and Train Your Brain, Balance Your Biofield, and Tune Your Chakras. The new synergy of music and marijuana. Very cool. 4 o'clock from New Zealand is Judy Satori. What's happening to us on planet Earth? Why self-sovereignty is so important. 4:30, Kat James, Turn on Your Body's Compass. 5 o'clock, Kevin Kennedy and David Reynolds, talking about Tesla technology and they're going to be showing examples of it live, connecting to our positive future. 5:30, Dr. Joel Wallach, The Truth About Nutrition. 6 o'clock, Dr. Catherine Athans, Discernment and Heart Knowledge. 6:30, Sean David Morton is again back. It's a workshop that's extra. You can go to Eventbrite and pay that extra fee. It's $30. And he'll be doing part 2. It's a longer session. It's an hour and 45 minutes of the Doomsday Clock and the Philadelphia Experiment. And then also at 6:30 is a free panel. It's an Ascension Panel, learning how to go into your 5D with Judy Satori, Maureen St. Germain. No, Maureen won't be in this one. She can't do that. She'll be here tomorrow. Lori Spagna, Jody Sirota, and Beth Lynch will be back. And so Sherry is going to, after this, Sherry is going to go into her own private room. And that private room is room 3. She'll be there for a minimum of a half hour, where you can actually follow her into that room, room 3 on the bottom, or if you want, we can send you there. And she'll tell you more about her readings and what she does. And again, experience her. Let's see, is Alan here? I can't see the views yet. Let's see, Alan.
Is it all the speakers? Everybody's going to be going into their private rooms after they speak. So you have Q&A with all the speakers all day.
Everyone will be going into a private room for a half hour. I don't see Alan yet. And so Sherry, is there anything that you want to leave them with before you go into room 4?
Just let people know how we're going to put in the chat how they can buy tickets for the private workshop today as well as tomorrow. You have some paid privates tomorrow, right? You have Dr. Young, you have Judy Satori, and Gail Thackray. You guys can
and Sean David Morton. He'll be doing a special event. He'll be doing a minimum of a 2-hour event.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you got four paid private workshops tomorrow. So also, guys, if you don't do PayPal, Mark also takes Zelle now, and that is under his name.
You can get Zelle at mark@newlifemag.com. You can pay by Zelle. Let's see. I forgot how I could move. Oh yes, I know how. But also, I mean. Again, Joe is going to be on a little bit later. Joe will be on at 2 o'clock. And since Joe's here now, Joe, you want to say a little bit about what is a red laser guy? And Sherry is going to be in room number, which one? Do you remember, Sherry?
I'm in
room
3.
number 3. So go to room number 3 and stick with Sherry. You have anything else? Yes.
And I want to hear Alan speak. So where's Alan?
Okay, well, when Alan speaks, I'll bring you back in.
Okay.
I don't see Alan yet. Maybe I'll get him on his cell. Alan wakes up late too. So I'm going to call Alan his cell. So Cheryl will be in room 3. Cheryl, I'll bring it back to Alan when he comes. And Joe, why don't you tell him what Red Laser Guy is?
Okay.
Open up the rooms.
What was that?
He's got to open up the breakout rooms.
Yes, open. Breakout rooms are open.
Okay.
Okay, so I assigned Sherry to room number 3, but I'm not being able to move her, Vicky, for some reason.
I'm going.
Okay. So I guess Vicky, yes. Okay, Joe, so what is a Red Laser Guy?
Well, the Red Laser Guy is a name I've acquired over the last 12 years working with Vibrance, the company that has taken lasers and self-care frequencies to another level by adding, what they've done is they've been able to identify the optimal wellness frequencies for muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, eyes, liver, kidneys, and infuse those frequencies into lasers, frequency discs, pendants, lotions, eye drops, etc., to raise the vibration of the body in that area to where the body can heal itself, because it's self-healing or no healing. And so my favorite tool is the red laser, and we've actually added 92 additional frequencies to our red laser that other red lasers don't have. And so we have a symphony of frequencies we're infusing into the body. And in the body, in 30 seconds,
Hey, Alan, so
gains,
you are on the
gains
virtual
about
expo right now.
30% life force energy increase in the blood. In 30 seconds, we separate the blood into free flowing, because most people's blood's roulet, it's sticky because of lifestyle and all the toxins and everything we're exposed to nowadays, all the stress, etc. So in 30 seconds or so, you get your blood separated into free flowing, and the free flowing blood gives up more toxins and picks up more oxygen when it goes through the lungs. And free flowing blood gives you better microcirculation. So in 30 seconds to a minute or so with the red infrared laser, you've got 30% more life force energy, better microcirculation, more oxygen. And that's what the body needs to heal, no matter what the label is. And so I carry the red laser with me all the time. And I've been able to help a lot of people with self-care. So the lasers, it just looks like a pen. You carry it with you. I carry the red laser with me all the time. It's if you hurt yourself or somebody hurts yourself when you're around. I do a lot of mountain climbing and hiking and rock climbing. So people, get bruised, twist an ankle, stuff like that. And in 30 to 45 seconds with the red laser, it removes the trauma. The trauma's gone. So now you have a damaged area that's got full cell-to-cell communication again. It's got more microcirculation, more oxygen, and so it starts to heal itself. It's actually cellular repair in the moment. If somebody twists an ankle and you get on it right away with the red laser, you can physically watch some of the swelling go down and some of the purple recede, and the pain's gone. So I'm all about self-care for self-healing. So my motto is actually, I want to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally, because the body's the magic. It has to do the healing. And so the red laser, again, is my favorite tool. We have a full line of products. We have like a toothpaste that actually helps detox the whole alimentary canal because you swallow it. It's toxic free and edible, but it's documented as re-enameling teeth, bringing gums back to a tighter pocket, healing infections that the dentist had given up on. All that we have documented scientifically. So we've got lots of different products to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself by raising the frequencies. So I've been having a lot of fun. You're muted, Mark.
Thanks, Joe. So Joe will be back at 2:00. And so if you want to learn more about the laser, I'll tell you, I've been using laser on my daughter who was in a major accident, and the doctors are amazed. They wanted to amputate. I've been using his green laser, which he has also. And basically they were going to amputate her toes, and it all went away. It's great. Yeah. I mean, so it's amazing.
Yeah, when you
what the lasers do, of how it changes the vibration.
Yeah, when you injure the body, NASA says when you injure the body through trauma, through stress, the mitochondria curl up, figuratively speaking, like a hedgehog, and they stop communicating. That's why you have excess bleeding, you have swelling, possible infection, because the immune system and everything's locked up in sticky blood and the lack of cell-to-cell communication. And as soon as the red laser, the green laser, the violet laser hits the mitochondria, it relaxes the mitochondria completely, start full cell-to-cell communication, adds about 30% life force energy into the blood. And now you have free-flowing blood with more oxygen, and it's cellular repair in the moment. And so that's basically how it works. Is we.
Okay. So Joe, I'm just going to interrupt again. So Sherry,
Excellent.
Sherry's here now, but it says here in the chat, what is terahertz frequency? Learn how it can improve the health and quality of your life in room 3. When is Alan Steinfeld coming on? Somebody said. So I don't know when Alan Steinfeld's coming on. I think he just now flew into Sedona, I think. So I left a message on his cell and I called him and I got a machine. Also, I know Sedona is a little bit early now, even though I think it's even super early because they don't change the clock in Arizona like when we change the clock. And so basically, he could be sleeping. But someone also is asking about the red laser. Are there any circumstances that you should not use the red laser? Joe.
Oh, no, the red laser is 100% coherent frequencies for the body, which means they're the body's frequencies that the body understands. And so, no, you can use it anywhere. I actually wore glasses for 52 years, and using the red laser, shining it directly in my eyes, I no longer wear glasses daytime or nighttime for driving. I've healed my eyes, I help my body heal my eyes completely. So you can shine it anywhere for 3 to 5 minutes is all the treatment takes. And you can do it.
But you shine it in your eyes with your eyes open or eyes closed?
Eyes open. I had my eyes open.
Wow,
what happened was I started doing expos in 2018 with like Conscious Life and Contact in the Desert. And people would say, well, you can't shine that laser in your eyes. So I would just take the laser and shine it in my eyes like this while I was talking to them back and forth for 15 to 20 seconds. And then all of a sudden I didn't need reading glasses anymore. And so I just continued to do that. And then I didn't need glasses to drive in the daytime. And then I kept doing it. And then last summer I got to where I didn't need glasses to drive at night. And so it's a real blessing.
Someone also asked, is it okay to use if you're on a blood thinner?
Yes, it is. Yep, because it's actually going to help you get off the blood thinner with the help of your doctor.
Okay, so again, with the red laser, just like anything else that I've been promoting over the last 50 years, is that do not reject what you don't understand. With understanding may come acceptance.
Yep.
And also, when the experts say something, that doesn't mean that's so. And what most people in Newlife and my old Center of Serenity, they weren't experts, they were imperts. And what an impert is somebody that thinks out of the box. So you're not regulated by that closed-minded indoctrination that you came from. And again, Joe will be back at 2:00, and Alan will be in the UFO panel. I mean, the strange multiverse panel tomorrow, unless he just pops in now. So I'm going to give myself a chance to talk about and share a little bit of who I am and what I'm doing. Hey, Beth. And again, for those that know me, I am Mark Becker, and actually, I started the first holistic center in New York City, the first herb shop in New York City, the first yoga center in New York City, and the first magazine, and the first expo, and the first virtual expo. So that basically, I see a lot of things that people don't see yet. And in my magazine in the 70s, I was writing that people were going to take yoga. In fact, I had to talk. I was the first yoga teacher in the first health club in New York in December 1973. I had to talk them into this thing called yoga. They didn't know what it was. And of course, now everybody has a yoga mat. But I would say that people are going to drink bottled water, and people are going to have air purifiers, water purifiers, and people are going to take herbs, and people are going to do nutrition, and people are going to use magnets, and people use crystals. And it was always very clear to me. It's like an old saying that Butch Cassidy said to Sundance Kid that, Sundance, sometimes I feel like I have 20/20 vision and the rest of the world's wearing bifocals. So it's really good to kind of switch your channel, balance yourself, open up your mind so that you can hear and see things that others aren't ready to yet. And the only way you can do that is by expanding your mind. At that time, I did it with LSD, and where I was using 9% of my brain instead of 3%. So that's why I was able to see a lot of things. But you can do that with meditation too. Basically, we have so many thoughts going through our mind, so many. And they keep going like this, and you have to slow down your thoughts. So what we do is we contemplate. When you contemplate, you're slowing down your thoughts, so maybe you have 2 or 3 thoughts. Then you concentrate, and you slow it down to maybe have 1 or 2 thoughts. Well, meditation is when you go between the thoughts. You're slowing down your mind, so you go between the thoughts. Jung used to call it the universal mind. Buddhism, it's mindlessness, because the thoughts are energy and thoughts are in the air. Anything that happened in the past, present, or future is in the air. It's all vibration. So that when you slow down your mind, all of a sudden, all these things come in. And, you can't get hung up on that. You just have to kind of view it, listen to it, and let it pass. And these thoughts again come to you, later during the day and even during sleep. So that when these thoughts come, basically what it is, it's, they say that different inventions in the planet are invented at the same time because the thought was there and you were just able to catch it. So when you get between the thoughts, when you slow down your mind, when you utilize your breath to center yourself, and how we do that is by exhaling twice as long as we inhale, to get all the carbon dioxide out of the body, to get all the oxygen in the body, and by creating a rhythm. But you create a rhythm when you exhale twice as long as you inhale, like inhale for 4, exhale for 8, or inhale for 3, exhale for 6, so that every cell, every organ, every part of you, every gland starts pulsating on that same rhythm. So with the breath, you're actually pulsating, your whole body is on the same vibration, being centered. When you're meditating in between the thoughts, your mind gets centered, and basically that centers your emotions, which centers your feelings. There was a man named Dr. Bach, and he really understood the difference between feelings and emotions. And for instance, if a person is jealous, that's an emotion. And what they have to do is go back to the original instance where that feeling became an emotion. So meaning that, okay, say you are meeting somebody and you just met them and you're excited to meet them, and it's supposed to be there at 2 o'clock, and it's 2 o'clock and they're not there. And it's 2:30 and they're not there. And it's 3 o'clock and they're not there. And so your emotion comes about and you get really uptight, upset. And you get anxiety and you get anger and you get frustrated. And all of a sudden you go to cross street, you walk by this restaurant, and in the window, there's that person with another woman or another man. And you freak out, and you go in there and you start yelling, "Oh, where were you? I waited, da, da, da." And they said, "Oh, wow, I didn't realize what time it was. This is my brother. I haven't seen him for over 2 years, and he just happened to walk by." So what Bach does with his Bach remedies, and what therapists try to do, is say, why did you respond like that? And so basically you go back to the original impetus, the first time that ever happened to you. And when you go back to that, you respond to the feeling that you had. If you didn't respond to the feeling you had, anytime something like that happens again, you react to the emotion. So instead of responding to the original feeling, and you were holding it in all this time, you start reacting to the emotion that caused. So if you can ever go back to the original impetus that caused that emotion to come about, any emotion, and just relive it and respond to the feeling that happened at that time. And anytime anything like that happens again, you just respond, you won't react. That's a big difference. But again, that's all part of being centered. That's all a part of being balanced. Once that is, then, they say you're in the Om. It's like, you ever had, sometimes things happen. Oh my God, everything's going right. Everything's going right. Everything's going right. You're in the Om. You're in the vibration. You're in the flow of life. And the best way to do that is by centering yourself, again, using the breath, using meditation, trying to tap into anything that sparks you, any kind of emotion like anger or fear or jealousy. I mean, I'm trying to do that now with, right now my daughter is in Manhattan. She's still recuperating, and they have a chamber there, an oxygen chamber there. And I have this where I go in, I guess it's like a claustrophobic, where if I go into the chamber and they zipper it up, it's like I have to leave. So I don't want to leave because I want to experience this. I want to feel this. So I have to go back to the original emotion. I think it was a time when I drowned, and I think it's that. So that's what I'm trying. That's my own personal of what happened with me.
In this lifetime, you almost drowned?
Well, I was 27, and I was on the beach in Southampton in about knee-high water playing frisbee with friends of mine. And one was my mountain climbing instructor, one was my karate instructor, and another was in really great shape. And all of a sudden, an undertow came and took us all out. And all of a sudden, we were out in the middle of the ocean, and we kept trying to save each other. And we were all very, very strong. And we used up all our energy, and then we tried to save ourselves, and we all drowned. I remember my mom was on the beach, and she had passed out. And lifeguards came out on surfboards, and they got us and revived us all, did respiration on us, got us all back. And so I think that's the original that happened. And I keep trying to relive it, which is very uncomfortable. And I'll get through it. Again, once you get into uncomfortability in anything, that's the best learning process that you can have, and the best learning experience you can have, going into that uncomfortability. And it's easy to say, it's hard to do, but it's the best gift you can have. And it's like working through that uncomfortability is your fear. And it's like working through your fear. And of course, we know the other side of fear is love. You should write a song, "Love is all you need," but it's true. And that's the other side of it. And what else? So then again, speaking about vibration, since we all are just vibration, sound, light, that's why the lasers are really good, green lasers, red lasers. That's why music is really good, like Steve Halpern, the New Age musician. He'll be on later today talking about that. And in fact, he had written a book years ago in '76, I think, called Tuning the Human Instrument. That's why in our last expo, Francis, who Sherry introduced me to, and I introduced her to Steve on this virtual program of how to tune your instrument, meaning that we have 7 chakras and there are 7 notes in the body, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and each one is connected to a certain energy center, a chakra, an energy center in the body. Sherry will be in room 3 anytime during the day. That if you just email her at sherry@sherrykaplan.com, she will.
No, just put it in the chat. Just private message me in the chat, and then I can pop over to number 3.
Okay, so private message her in the chat,
Yeah.
and then she'll take you into the private room and help balance your chakra.
I'll tell you what chakras are out of balance, and then I can tell them what they can do to work on them.
There you go.
There we go.
Sounds good to me. So if you would like that to happen, type it into the chat, and then Sherry will take you into room 3, and you will see what chakra, what energy center in the body is out of balance, and she will help balance you, and she'll tell you which one is out of balance. And then you can learn how to balance yourself. So
and Beth is here. She's cool. She's ready for you.
Uh-huh. So what's a different technique? I mean, what is a technique to balance your chakras?
Sound. Chakras
Mhm.
kind of go into like a hibernation phase in order to protect themselves when they're in fight, flight, and freeze, and they shut down. So you kind of want to activate by using sound on the frequency on the chakras. You can use crystals, you can use essential oils, you could wear the colors, you can eat the colors. You can do movement, you can do yoga postures, you can drink certain teas. You can do Reiki, healing, pulling in opening up the chakras. You can clap. You can take a vitamin bottle and shake the vitamin bottle in front of your chakras to make instant sound.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes if I'm somewhere in public and I have no instruments, just go like that in front of the chakras, and then the chakras will start vibrating and tingling, and then you get moving. So it's a good way to just clear yourself like that.
Tell them more, Sherry.
Oh, well, I know Teresa wants to know which chakras are out of balance. So Teresa, I'll meet you in room number 3 and I'll tell you which chakras are out of balance. But I use my pendulum. You can use a pendulum anywhere in the world and it will tell me what chakras are open and closed. And it's pretty cool. Like I can even check Mark's chakras.
Oh,
Want me to tell you what's open and closed, Mark?
yeah, why not?
We'll do a quickie. Tell you, so what I always got to do is I got to calibrate. You go on top of one finger and then you go to the other finger and it'll calibrate on the other finger. And then I'm going to ask about Mark Becker. I just wrote so I'm going to check Mark's chakras. Okay. Mark Becker, let's check his energy, his crown chakra, his third eye, slowing down, going backwards. Third eye's a little overactive right now. Throat. There it goes, that's open. Heart. Got some stuck emotions there in the heart. Solar plexus. Power. That's open. Second chakra. Manifestation, flow, open. And his root, grounded. So right now, his biggest issue is his third eye, just to get focused a little bit, and his heart is closed. Just dealing probably with a lot of emotions and grief that he's been dealing with the past few months. So that's all you got to work on. Other than that, Mark, you're good.
I'm ready. Got to
Okay.
open that up. So now I'm going to bring on Beth and Beth Lynch. And Beth is an incredible being. She's going to be talking about life, death, and in between. She'll be speaking on her new book, which is called Life, Death, and in Between. And she shares what she's learned in her 28 years as a spiritual medium with a guided meditation and channeling messages from Spirit for You. Beth, want to take it away? Let me see. I think you may be muted. We'll unmute you.
Yep, we also put in the bio in the chat, Mark.
Great.
Unmute myself. Hi there, everyone. I think I'm unmuted and on now, right? Am I there?
You're on. You got
All
it.
right. Well, thank you. And that was awesome to listen to, Mark. I enjoyed it very much and learned a little bit about you I didn't know. So, bless ya. Yeah, so I've been a spiritual medium for over 28 years on purpose. And like many, our intuition has it's always there. I feel it's always there, but I think what my book is about and other things that I teach and, using meditation and this communication to help people is something I had to find my way to. And through the loss of my parents, very close together 30 years ago, my gosh, I can't believe how long it's been. Time. I've really come to learn and respect the understanding of spiritual principles. I always go back to, like Mark, you were saying, the Tesla quote, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, you must think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. Our thoughts are all of that, and we are the intelligence behind these thoughts. And I feel like my book, and what I explain and what I teach is the understanding of what the spirit really is, I think is confusing to people. And not everybody, but I think my definition that I've come to be very comfortable with is, as we understand the spiritual essence of who we are, first of all, it is the eternal essence. It is the immaterial part of us, connecting soul energy. It is also our intuitive nature. It is our creative nature. It is how we communicate. It is those coping skills of the emotions that we're going to have. And again, the connection to what is bigger than what we are, what many search for, what death often makes us ask those questions when we lose loved ones close to us. It's, the ending, we've lost them, we're never going to see them again, are we going to see them again? And I went through all that myself with my parents when they passed. And what I've come to learn and experience has been so humbling, so profound. And one of the key words is it's so natural. And like Tesla says, it's not, I don't think it's meant to be a secret. And we have this subconscious sabotage to maybe not open to it all the time until we're forced to, which is, why I say life, death, and in between, because it is through death and wanting to understand the death of my parents so young. I learned more about life and in between. So it's kind of where the cover or the title came from. It inspired me. So I did, want to talk about, that, but I also wanted to take you into a meditation to maybe connect to your own communication. I feel as a medium, one of my greatest gifts I can give people is to maybe feel they didn't need me after all, and that their loved ones, by the things that they send, have shown them they're sitting there with them. I know I had a client, a couple the other day, and we were doing Zoom. And limited view in Zoom, obviously. I moved mine to get the hats out of the picture a minute ago. And so that little view that I had, the father was saying something about the fireplace. And then they said, yeah, well, we have a fireplace. And I couldn't see it. And I said, well, he says the plants. I go, he's not planting things. He's talking about the plants. And they looked at each other and they looked across and they said, well, there's plants on the fireplace. He says he's in the plants. I go, he's in the plants. What does he do? And they're like, no, he's not in the plant. I go, no, is his urn in the plants? And they screamed and they go, oh my God, his urn is right next to the plants on the fireplace. And, those are the things that loved ones in spirit love to show they're with you. They're with you. And I just feel that that's the greatest gift we can give anyone, that, it's what a medium gave me over 29 years ago. I think I went a year after my mom's passing, just to understand where she was. And my traditional upbringing was not enough. That was Catholic. It definitely is a foundation. I truly feel, and Jesus taught us how to understand, eternal life, healing, forgiveness, compassion, and Buddha taught that. There are many avatars, and that's what I feel is something that if we understand these spiritual principles and we understand our own spirit, is our personality needs our spirit. It's like the higher self wants to hang out with you, and you're still the intelligence behind, this law of attraction that is also, I think, sometimes so thrown around. We've not really understood always that power of it. It's based on the frequencies of our emotions, and our thoughts, are directing those emotions. And so we're the intelligence behind this law, and we have to respect it, always be humbled by it, but understand its natural power. And then it's almost like those secrets of the universe tend to find their way to us. So that law of attraction brings it. It will do the work, I often say. I also say, bend it all you want, you're not breaking it. So no matter what way you want to think and feel, that's what's going to happen. And, I work with a lot of people in my work with, anxiety and depression, a lot of times brought on through grief of a loss of a close loved one. And we still, that law is not going to change because of those emotions. So people have to understand the power of when they're going through the challenging times. And a lot of times I find, and probably many of you do that teach and do healing work, that, it is sometimes when people reach out, and that is when they're in their hardest place. So the importance of daily devotion or a meditation practice. What is meditation? Mediation between what you think and feel, that beautiful space that you can get to and just be. And that opens the door for all the minutes in the day and all the spontaneous messages. I remember one of the most powerful messages I ever received was when I was asking back in 2001, when was it? After 9/11, we went back to war. And I remember just feeling my cells hurt on this decision. I didn't have a better answer, but I questioned up to the powers that be, why are we here again? Why is war? Why are, terrorism? Why, God? Why? I want to know why, I really put it out there. The next day, the answer came when I was washing the dishes, which is something I find interesting, the spontaneous emotional connection that, that can happen when we're in need of guidance. And I heard the words, you have evolved as a species technically, but not spiritually. Listen to that. You've evolved technically, but not spiritually. If we don't understand what the spirit truly is, how can that evolve? And now you are in the consequence of that, is what I heard. And I literally went, oh my gosh, I know what that's for. That's the question I put out. And I went, well, that doesn't make me feel much better, because it really didn't seem to be an answer. But then I heard, it's not a punishment. It's a consequence. That's what Earth is for. And I was, this inner peace that was almost eerie to me came. I've never asked why again. I will never ask why again, because that understanding really answers almost anything you're going through. The evolution of our own consciousness personally, through our personal things, as well as the evolution of things on a global level. And obviously that question is still appropriate. Sad to say, prayers for our Mother Earth and all that's going on. So I did promise to do a meditation, and I know my time is about 30 minutes. I thought I had an hour. What am I thinking? So I do want to bring people into a meditation. What was that, Mark?
Actually, you have a half hour, and then you're going to go into your own private room and for a half hour.
Oh, is that what I'm doing? Okay, thank you. How do I get to the private room?
Oh, well, we will send you there.
Oh, okay, good. All right, good.
We will beam you there, and whoever else wants to go, they'll be able to go to also, and we'll send them there.
Oh, well, I'm glad about that. Okay, good. All right, so good. I did have an hour. All right, I confused myself. And I'll be on the panel tonight at 6:30, and I'm really excited about that. I'm glad it worked out.
Exactly. We'll tell you after, but after this half hour, Beth will be in room number 5, and she'll just follow her there.
Okay, thank you. And I'll do a little meditation now, I guess, and then I can do another one in there, or if people are going to do readings. I don't know. Is that what we're doing? But just a couple things. I do all my, I'll be on the panel tonight at 6:30 with Judy. And also I have a website. It's all on there, so I don't have to say it, innerlightteaching.com. But I do have I do a lot of virtual sessions, obviously via Zoom, record them for you all. I can do private, group, couples. I have a beautiful divine union for couples, and that can actually be mother-daughter, father-daughter, or a couple that's together, where it's a meditation and then intuitive messages, and then I bring it out to both people at the same time. And it's very powerful, the divine union. And also the inner light healing energy, which is, not Reiki, because I've never trained with Reiki, but I think healing is, we all know we're creating that sacred space to balance, align chakras and all that. And then meditation classes I do, private group. And I have every other month, a virtual Zoom group, always on Eventbrite, through Eventbrite. So just follow me on my website or my social media, and you'll be able to see all the things that I got coming up. And obviously my book is always available, but I do want to take you on to a little meditation to just experience that in wherever it takes us. So looks like I still got a good amount of time. Good. I'm not too focused on time usually, but sometimes we have to be. Oh, and my Inner RX program is coming out. And that's awesome. It's going to be where I make it where we can do a few meditations in a month, 30-minute sessions. And there's a lot more to just that, but making it where it's cost, financially easier than trying to do 3 sessions, or some people are needing a few more in a month or wanting to do a daily practice of meditation, but they can't do it themselves. So that's, I'm really excited about Inner RX. There's going to be a lot of things going on in that. So check that out and all that good stuff. So let's go in. It's 11:11, perfect time to start a meditation. So if you can just close your eyes safely, go ahead. And we're going to come right into the breath. Now, as you breathe in, if you can breathe in through the nose comfortably and out through the lips, it's like you're blowing out a candle and being careful. Just keep doing a couple of those. Well, you're going to do that throughout. So in through the nose and out through the lips, again, like you're blowing out a candle and being careful. And on your next breath, keep it comfortable, but inhale a little deeper. And you're going to exhale a little bit longer. And I want you to be in that rhythm as I guide you through some relaxation. You're slowing down your nervous system, or even strengthening your immune system. All your organs are getting this signal. You're slowing your breath, relaxing around the muscles of the eyes and forehead. Drift down to the cheekbones and the jawline. You're relaxing these areas. All the muscles of the face. Maybe even a slight smile. You flow down to the muscles of the neck. And drop your chin just a little, releasing the muscles of the neck. Relaxing the muscle fibers through the neck and shoulders. Just flow down through the muscles of the arms, relaxing these muscles. Into your hands and fingers and fingertips. And into the lines of your fingerprints. And the lines of your fingerprints begin to relax. They fade. Nice slow breath as they disappear. Now just come to that heart, the upper chest. The breath, giving it permission to relax. Coming down to the core, the very center, around the back, center back into those muscles and cells, giving them permission to relax. Down to the lower belly. I really want you to get to a little rhythm here. As you inhale, the belly expands, and as you exhale, It contracts naturally. The lower back muscles relax. Down through the legs, all the way to the ankles, and to the soles of your feet. So every cell, every fiber, every system in your body, recognizing your presence and relaxing. And in your next inhale, bring your awareness up to the heart center, upper chest, and imagine, see, feel, or know you're connecting to an inner light. And this inner light, see, feel, or know, much like a galaxy of stars, begins to expand. The slower you breathe, the slower this galaxy of star energy, light energy expands through you. Every cell is recognizing this intention, aligning to this frequency, your heart, opening to your divine potential of your heart. This inner light expands through you and around you, above and below you. It's just like you're one with the very beginning of its spark, purest light. You're following a path. See, feel, or just know. A beautiful illuminated path in your heart. It may feel like a slight hill or elevation. As you go up, you're just tuning in to the inner silence. As you continue up this path, you see, feel, or know there is a bench. This bench is looking out at a beautiful body of water. You arrive at the bench. You sit. Tune in to your breath and gaze at the beautiful water and the light energy of the sun or the stars, whatever you are feeling connected to, glistening down upon it. And you become aware that you are not alone on your bench. Your hand is reached for and your hand is held. You allow this connection. You trust that it's there. And allow them to reveal to you who they are. As you sit quietly for a few moments on your bench, a mantra to help, if necessary, if there is any busy thoughts, just start repeating as you inhale I and as you exhale and. Just take a moment for this. I am. You may even ask your spiritual friends, family, who's ever with you, a question. Keep it to one question. And just breathe quietly. And take a moment, thanking them for being there. As you stand, maybe a hug, an embrace. And they have told you through their heart that you can return to the bench at any time. You know, as you look at the bench, that it will always be there for you. So as you start walking back down the path, sense of peace, strength, and inner guidance returns with you. Going back to that spiral in your heart, all around you. Breathing it back in as though every pore in your body has opened. Allowing this light energy in through the pores, the cells. Back into your heart. Your breath. And just be aware of how you feel at this moment. Maybe that smile is there. Maybe it's stronger. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes, and there's no hurry. But just be aware of how you feel from when you began. Let your physical senses adjust back. And a few slow breaths. Stronger breaths so those senses can adjust. And I don't know if anyone has any questions or wants to chat anything in or how that could work, but that little meditation is a journey to a bench that is obviously in what I call past the veils of time and space. And with the breath and the intention that we set to begin is when we allow. And thank you, because as I sat on my bench, I felt my parents, my mom and dad, each grab a hand. So that was pretty interesting because I didn't really expect it for myself. But I have found in teaching that sometimes those are the most profound moments that I've had with my loved ones in spirit, with family, with whoever. So thank you guys, because me guiding that meditation actually allowed me to really feel, I actually, when I came out of it, felt my hands, I was still holding pretty tightly. So that was kind of cool to experience. It was like a real tangible feeling that I was getting in my hands. And I know when your loved ones or spirit communicates with you, it's often very subtle. It's always emotional. I think it's why some people, a lot of people avoid the experiences. Sometimes I've had people in meditation actually get anxiety before I begin. And I say, no, it's okay. After just a few moments, it's going to pass. And it always does, especially when people are suffering from it, the profoundness of what meditation can do in a matter of 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes, of a commitment is release them from any anxiety. And a lot of the mental wellness, that the species is struggling with right now has a lot of different, aspects. I speak a lot of that in my book. One of them is more of, some side effects of some pharmaceuticals that can induce more mental disruption and definitely separate personality from spirit through frequency. So anyone, I don't want to get into all that now, but I do speak a lot on that because I've survived something very sensitive about that with something many years ago, and I work with a lot of people with that now, helping them with doctor supervision, of course, and spirit meditation and things like that to help their weaning process, or, just not even if medication is involved. But anyways, I had to tap on that, I guess.
How do people get in contact with you?
The website, innerlightteaching.com, and on there is an 888 phone number too. I get that directly. Otherwise, my assistant may get it first, but that's fine. She'll pass it on to me if it's needed. But the phone number or the website, social media, obviously, Facebook, Inner Light Teaching.
Say the website again, slowly, the website.
Innerlightteaching.com. Just like the meditation, inner light. Go to that inner light. Innerlightteaching.com.
Great. And okay, so Beth is going to be moving into room number 5, where she'll be able to go in depth with you a little bit more personal. Tonight, she's going to be on the Ascension Panel. That'll be at 6:30 with Maureen St. Germain and Lori Spagna and Jody Sirota. That's a very, very cool panel. And thank you. It was very cool.
Thank you for having me once again.
You're an angel. And again, I don't think you're going to be in this Florida Expo. You have other things going on. But she was in the last Florida Expo, the live one, and it's always good to see Beth live.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And now I'm going to bring on Robert Young, and Beth will be in room 5. And so Robert is one of my favorite people on the planet. A Cry for Humanity is what he's going to be speaking about. And now if you look in the chat, so what do the homeless in Los Angeles, California have in common with the population of Sweden? What are all the people from around the world really dying from? The viruses really exist. Is there a coronavirus or a corona effect? What does EMF have to do with the symptoms of coronavirus? Is there a 4th wave coming this fall? What does that really mean? How can I protect myself and my loved ones? Dr. Robert Young.
Well, good morning, Mark. How are you?
I am great. How's California doing?
Well, it's blue skies and sunshine, and weather's nice, so can't complain about that at all. But yeah, it's very nice to say the least. Yeah, so that's one of the good things about California. A lot of the restrictions.
Oh, yeah, still restrictions. A lot of restrictions there, huh? Little mandates going on.
Well, they've lifted most of this. I suspect that it might return. We've moved away from the case demic, and now we're going to be going into the hospital demic, where they're keeping track of. The CDC will be keeping track of statistics based upon hospital visits, and of course that's what Sweden and the homeless have in common. Is the homeless just don't go to the hospitals. They hang outside. They don't social distance. They don't wear masks. They eat out of garbage. Unfortunately, their food is in trash bins, and what does that have to do with Sweden? Well, Sweden did not mandate masks, did not mandate social distancing, and the statistics were quite revealing. When I can share a few of those. It'll just bring us kind of into the discussion. If I can share this with you here. This is on my blog, where I have a little over 320 articles, mainly on the subjects of the effects of radiation poisoning and also on chemical poisoning. And I'll get into that more as it relates to radiation and chemical poisoning associated with inoculations, what have you, and other exposures to not just 5G, but 4G, directed energy weapons, neuro weapons, the unseen silent exposure that we have to some of these different sound and acoustical, say, and also radio and microwaves that we're exposed to that is affecting our overall health and well-being. But when we look at the difference, these also coincide with those who are homeless, but the death rates is where we really need to look. And if you go to when you look at Sweden, the death rates in Spain were 50 times higher. The United States were 50 times higher. The United Kingdom 54 times higher. French death rates at 22. And of course, I've graphed this out by country. Yeah, you can see. Can you see this? Oh.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so you can see the different graphics and the different exposure. And of course, this is in going from March 1st to August 8th of 2021. And I do have updates on this, but I wanted you to see this. This is death rates per million related to the various countries. And of course, Sweden being at 0.03, where the United States is at 1.54 per million people. So let me just move over to something that was just released, the percentages of COVID cases, hospitalization, and deaths by vaccination. And the reason we have, I'm using the UK information is because the United States is not providing the statistics, and they're also underreporting by 90 to 99%. But this is a very interesting statistic because what it shows is that 9 out of 10 COVID deaths are from the vaccinated. So the people that are dying are the ones that are receiving the vaccine. And out of that percentage, out of that 9 out of 10, 100% of those deaths are coming from 10% of the inoculations. I want you to think about that. So those who are dying, where the reporting has shown, and this is January 24th to the week of February the 20th. And you can see here, this is hospitalizations and also deaths. So cases, hospitalizations, and deaths. And you can see that this red area represents only 10% of all inoculations. So why aren't 90% of those who are being inoculated not dying or being hospitalized? And the reason for that is because they do not contain the chemicals that those who are being exposed to, such as the graphene oxide, which is being carried in a liposome capsid, is only contained within 5 to 10% of all inoculations. The rest of the inoculations that are given or placebos are only contain saline solution. So I also have this information based upon the batches and the lots, and which of the lots are actually contained the chemical poisonings that are leading to the hospitalizations and deaths. I wanted you to see this, and this information if you want to read this article on your own later, just to analyze the information or contemplate this, is that you can find it at drrobertyoung.com. So some of the new research, which I'll be showing in my lecture or presentation tomorrow, we'll be spending about an hour and a half on this information. But these are the undisclosed ingredients that are contained in the inoculations. And what you're seeing here, what are called microbubbles. And this is in the Pfizer vaccine materials. So taking some 50 vials, 35 of these 50 vials will actually contain, based on their lot, the others will not. On the 50 vials that I received were specific lots, and there's hundreds of different lots that we have the disclosed information on, contain these microbubbles, and these microbubbles are contain graphene. So you see this dark area, you see the white center. These are microbubbles that can permeate cell membrane, damage the cell membrane, go into the nucleus of the cell, and literally destroy the cell. Once again, the first inoculation, I think or dying represented only 5 to 10% of the inoculations given. That increased to 25% with the second inoculation, 50% of the booster. I don't have information on the fourth booster fourth injection because it hasn't been released, but there's been requests for Moderna and for emergency use authorization to release the fourth, and also Pfizer's made the same request. Here again, the percentage of the graphene and graphene microbubbles, which have the ability in the body to self-assemble. So here you see the self-assembling of these microbubbles into sheets, or what are called microtubules or nanotubules. These are sheets of graphene that assemble themselves. And of course, this can lead to tremendous damage, not only damage to the and the protect the lining of arteries and veins, and this is why we're seeing pathological blood coagulation and clotting, not only in the arteries but also in the veins. This is what it looks like inside the blood. So taking a drop of blood after inoculation and viewing this in the blood, you